Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and good morning all of you. This is Ashima, your current affairs and banking awareness faculty, and in this video we'll be talking about all the major news events that have taken place in the past day. We'll be talking about all the major news events which are important from examination point of view, and for practice questions, that is if you want to practice more questions related to current affairs, you can take up everyday live quiz which happens on Entry app. You can download app from the link which is provided below in the description section and in the comment section. Let's start the discussion with the first news event, COVID-19 Innovation Report 2021. Now, this report was recently released by Startup Blink in association with Health Innovation Exchange, UNAIDS, that is United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS. They together had released this report, and in this report, India was ranked at 32nd position with 0.396 score, whereas total countries that were ranked were 40. Out of these 40 countries, US was the top ranked country, whereas Israel and Canada were the second and third ranked country. Then there were 100 cities also which were ranked. Now, out of the total 100 cities, the top coronavirus innovation city was San Francisco of United States of America, whereas from India, we had only two cities who had got or attained the position, them being 49th and 55th position. Bengaluru at 49th and Delhi at 55th position in the top coronavirus innovation cities. These were the rankings, and the innovation was divided into major categories. Those categories being prevention of spread of virus, diagnostics, treatment, that is what kind and quality of treatment is being given, grants and support initiatives which are given, life and business adaptation as per the virus spread and the need of the hour. Then we have 28th ASEAN Regional Forum ARF. Now, 28th ASEAN Regional Forum Foreign Ministers meeting was held in a virtual format recently. Now, when we talk about this meeting, from India's side, we had Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, who is Minister of State for External Affairs, representing the side of India, and the meeting was under the chairship of Brunei Darussalam. Now, the dignitaries were discussing about international and regional issues, and Indian side had represented the Indo-Pacific view on terrorism threat, on cyber security, and on maritime security. Also, there was a discussion on UN clause, that is United Nations Convention on Laws of the Sea in maritime and in cyber security domain. Then we have a few one-liners. Then being Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced a National Edible Oil Mission, Oil Palm. The mission was launched to make India self-sufficient in cooking oils by inducting palm oil in it. Now, this was also announced recently. The announcement had come soon. Central Bank of India has entered into a co-lending partnership with Dhanvarsha Finvest Limited to offer loans against gold ornaments to MSME sector under priority lending sector. The loans will be offered with a funding ratio of 80:20, that is 80% of gold loans by Central Bank, 20% by DFL. MD and CEO of Central Bank of India is M.V. Rao. M.V. Rao is the current MD and CEO of Central Bank. Indian Bank has signed an MOU with NSRCEL, that is NS Raghavan Center for Entrepreneurial Learning, which is the CEO of IIM Bangalore. MOU has signed to offer funding support to the identified startups under the IndSpring board, which we had also discussed earlier in the past few videos as well. Deputy National Security Advisor meet of Colombo Security Conclave was held by India, Maldives and Sri Lanka recently. So work in areas like maritime, marine security, counter-terrorism, cyber security, human trafficking. These are the sectors in which improvements are being sought under this. Bangladesh, Seychelles and Mauritius are the observers of this meeting, and the chair of this meeting was Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was the chair, and Bangladesh, Mauritius, Seychelles, these are the observer nations. From India, the deputy NSA, Pankaj Sharan, was representing. Every year, 7th of August is going to be observed as Javelin Throw Day in honor of the Olympic gold medalist in athletics javelin throw, Neeraj Chopra. 8th edition of the Meeting of Ministers of Justice of Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO was recently held in a virtual format, and talking about this virtual format, Indian side was represented by Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju and Minister of State for Law and Justice Professor S.P. Singh Baghain. These are the people who had represented India. Small Industries Development Bank of India or SIDBI, in partnership with Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office UK, had launched Swavlamban Challenge Fund SCF. SCF is a challenge fund that will provide funds based on competition, that is how much competition is there. Based on that, this Swavlamban Challenge Fund is going to offer funds to SCF. Himachal Pradesh State Handicraft and Handloom Corporation has signed an MOU with e-commerce Flipkart to include its local artisans, handicraft artists, weavers and handloom makers in Flipkart platform. Flipkart's Samarth program will make artisan, weaver and handicraft and handloom makers trained so that they can promote and showcase their products on online platform. Rail Madad is the name of an integrated one-stop solution which has been launched by Indian Railways recently. Pani Mah or Water Mouth was launched by Union Water Month was launched by Union Territory Ladakh, which aims to promote importance of clean water to community of Ladakh and attain the objectives which have been set under Jal Jeevan Mission, that is provide drinking water to every household. So under this Pani Mah initiatives, three approaches are going to be focused on, namely water testing, water quality testing, planning and strategizing of water supply, and seamless functioning of Pani Sabha in villages. India's first heart failure biobank was inaugurated at National Center for Advanced Research and Excellence in HF, that is CARE-HF, at Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute of Medical Science and Technology, Delhi. Anthony Heredia, he has been appointed as a CEO of Bank of India, AXA Investment Managers Private Limited. John Abraham has been appointed as brand ambassador of MotoGP, which is their flagship motorsport property. Rekha Sharma has started her term as chairperson of the National Commission for Women, and her term period has been extended for another 3 years. Appointments Committee has extended the term service of Rajiv Gauba as the Cabinet Secretary of India, and his term period has been extended for a duration of 1 more year, that is till the year 2022. Indian Navy and UAE Navy conducted a bilateral naval exercise, Zayed Talwar 21. This was organized on the coast of Abu Dhabi in UAE, and India was represented by INS Kochi and Sea King Mk-42B helicopters. World Lion Day is observed annually on 10th of August. India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, that is Vikrant, began its maiden sea trials from Kochi recently. These trials were conducted for 5 days recently. Vikrant has been designed by Indian Navy's Directorate of Naval Design, whereas it has been built at Cochin Shipyard Limited. Currently, in terms of aircraft carrier, we have only one aircraft carrier, that is INS Vikramaditya. INS Vikramaditya is the only naval ship that aircraft carrier that India has. It is also the largest, and it was from Russia. It has come from Russia. Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, Dr. Virendra Kumar, unveiled a portal and mobile application named PM Daksh, which aims to make skill development schemes accessible to all the target groups. PM Daksh stands for Pradhan Mantri Dakshata aur Kushalta Sampann Hitgrahi, that is PM Daksh, and the implementing agency is going to be Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment itself. Asian Development Bank has approved 300 million US dollars as a loan amount as additional financing to the ongoing Maharashtra Rural Connectivity Improvement Project. And this is for upgrading the rural roads, making the roads more connective, bring better connection to the state. And this project has been an ongoing project. Government of India has given 3-year extension to Rekha Sharma as chairperson of National Commission for Women. 76th anniversary of Nagasaki bombing that took place on August 9, 1945 was celebrated recently. 7th edition of International Army Games 2021 that is going to be organized from 22nd August to 4th of September 2021. There are going to be 11 countries who are going to be the host of it. International Army Games are also known as War Olympics, and they aim to strengthen the military to military cooperation between the countries. So not only between like bilateral, it is a multilateral. There are multiple countries who participate and work for it. That is, work for strengthening their military structure and power. Now there are about 42 countries who are going to participate in this, and there are going to be about 280 teams in these war games. Now it is an international military sport event, and India was a co-host of this for the first time last, that is in 2019. India was the co-host, and that was in Jaisalmer, and that India was first. International Biofuel Day is observed on 10th of August every year, and this is celebrated to raise awareness about the importance of non-fossil fuels as an alternative to conventional fossil fuels and highlight all the various efforts that are made by the biofuel sector. So who observes this? The Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas observes this day since 2015. PM Modi has become the first Prime Minister of India to chair a United Nations Security Council meeting or a debate. It is for the first time that an Indian has chaired the debate, and it is the Prime Minister of India. Currently, India has the presidency for UNSC. It has taken from France recently, and for the month of August, it is going to organize all the major debates and events. So there are two more debates that India is looking forward to. One is on peacekeeping, one is on counter-terrorism, and this was on maritime trade and security. Karnataka has become the first state in India to issue order for implementation of National Education Policy 2020, and it will be effective from this particular year, that is from 2021 to 2022. Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju ji virtually attended the 8th meeting of SCO recently, and with this we'll be winding up the segment. It has been a wonderful interaction with all of you. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead all.